Breaking news, starting this cycle, Stanford is going to require that all students submit the AP scores from every AP exam you've taken. And this should drastically change your decision about which AP exams you'll be taking. Now, this is a huge departure from test optional because what Stanford realized was that there were a ton of students who were getting A's in AP classes and then not submitting their AP scores because they just did very badly on their exam. And what they want to do now is reward students who both do well in school but also can validate that knowledge by getting high scores on their AP exams. That's why they're requiring you to send it in. But on your end as a student, this means that you need to be strategic about which AP exams you're taking. And basically before the exam, at least like a couple weeks in advance, what I want you guys to do is sit for a practice test. You need to sit for a full practice test just like the real AP exam, a mock exam, under realistic timing and conditions, and then see what kind of score you get. If you can get at least a 4 on the practice test, and in most cases at least a 3, then you should go sit for the real AP exam. But if you're not on track to score a 3, 4, or higher, you should not take the real AP exam because that score will eventually be held against you. Now, it's okay for you to skip a few of them. You can't do this with all your AP classes. It also means that you should be maybe a little more conservative with which AP classes you guys take in the first place. If you take an AP class and you can't actually show your knowledge on the exam, that's a real problem. Now, as far as getting these practice tests, the only place I'm aware of right now that actually gives you a full mock exam is on whiz.study. If you go there and you get the pro version, you can actually sit for a full AI graded AP exam on pretty much every AP subject, and they're adding all the rest really soon. But if you go to whiz.study, you can go do that, and then you'll actually know before you sit for the AP exam whether or not it's worth it, because now you have to be careful about which AP exams you take, because if you don't score well, you're still going to have to report that to schools like Stanford and many other colleges that will likely adopt this policy.